Hi guys. How you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna do a little test run today, I guess. Actually, I should also check if I want to like sort out a few things on my stash and so on. I mean, we already got rid of my Shaco, my Doombringer, so that's good. Hope everyone's doing well. You guys excited for tomorrow? Oh, Ryan, hallo Boris. Will there be vaults in Season 4? There's no vaults now. But they said they might think about bringing them back at some point. Oh, hey, Frosted Arrow. I watched the video yesterday, by the way. That was pretty good again. Actually, I have a lot of these mule characters, right? I can probably delete them all. I should delete them all, I just realized. I guess before I start anything, let's do that, so I don't have to do this tomorrow. Actually, I don't know, are the servers down before the season launch? I'm not sure if it's like a smooth transition. Maybe I can do it tomorrow. This is empty anyway. Okay. Hello, Samuel. If I want a song one day. Yeah, I saw the one with Rob. I mean, it's a kind of funny idea and stuff, but honestly, I don't think I would really like to have one of my own. I don't know. It felt a bit awkward too. On my minion build, I have summoning damage. Is that better than pure mage or golem damage? Yeah, I think on a minion build, I combined golem and mage, and you kind of want to do damage with both. And summoning should apply to both, as far as I know. Okay, let me check this. So, do we care about any of this old loot at all? Probably not really, right? We don't really care about anything anymore, right? All the stuff is just worthless now. Very cost reduction. Armor, cooldown. Like, you can't masterwork these things, you can't have greater affixes on these things. Is there anything that would ever keep here? Not really. I think it's literally gonna delete all these characters, straight up. Like, it's worthless. I guess we're gonna keep this stuff around, just in case. If I don't do anything with that. All these aspects. Yeah, I think it's gonna delete it. I mean, let the entire stash rot as well, I suppose. I don't have to deal with this. I salvaged everything already. Yeah, it's basically my realization now as well. We just delete this straight up. The entire character. Goodbye. Hello, Jess. Thank you, I'm glad you like it. Jess and the extra full damage mitigation might be worth holding. Yeah, the thing is that even if I do that, I mean, I don't really see myself playing Eternal anyway, so I'd like to keep like a few things around, you know, just in case I ever want to do like some weird testing or something. But that's about it. Look at that beautiful overkill, man. Wow. Yeah, all these weapons are also useless. They can't be tempered, meaning if you can't temper a weapon, they're bad. So we delete this as well, I guess. Let's go. We make space for the new, guys. The new age. Sometimes you have to let go of the old. Good luck, Monkas. Just do a 40-40 real quick. It's the D4 good era. It's gonna be very interesting to see like how especially like a lot of the PoE community will react to this that are gonna be coming back. Like the main PoE guys, you know. There's no difference between playing seasonal and internal realm character this season. That's correct. I'm gonna keep something like this around. It's like a really good roll. Now these gloves are kind of worthless now, so I to roll lower stats. Okay. Gloves, chests. It's gone. Look, man, so many character slots. It's incredible. Should you salvage the aspect crystals? You mean the items? I have no idea if they will disappear. I think they will just disappear. I don't think you can actually put them into the codex. Because the way that the new codex works is you have to salvage an item for it to go into the codex. And then I don't think that these aspects will actually work with the new system. So I think they will just vanish. It's probably not even worth. Like if you have items, you can hold on to them and then salvage them tomorrow if you want. That might work. Gonna keep a few of these uniques around. Fox Tactics. Thank you for the prime, appreciate that. Do you like cucumbers? We all do. No? I think we've been this character as well, right? Level 88 Necro. My relationship with cuckoos. They're really helpful to get rank 1s. So, can recommend. Wait, where the hell am I with this character? Oh, this is a softcore character, right? True. Okay. I was like, huh, this dash doesn't look the same. Yeah, I don't see myself actually keeping this character for anything, so let's just do this. Dude, I have a Blood Artisan's Cuirass equipped. Incredible. Okay. Need someone to make a rip clip compilation. That would be that hard to do actually, because we literally have a rip clip submission channel for the events on my Discord. So in case you're not aware, we're running 2 community events. One for World First hardcore race for all the bosses, and then another one for Pit Ladder. So we made some channels here. So anyone can participate. There's some rules and prizes and all the stuff you can meet up on it here. There's some giveaways too for people that participate. And of course you want rip clips. So I put all the stuff here in the social channels. I was trying to make like this events category, but we had trouble making that visible to everyone. So I put it into this one. I guess I can delete this category now. And you can find it here. So it's in the default section. I made a video about this as well with the events. It's gonna be fun. I think some people also signed up already as streamers for the hardcore race. So you can find that on the max roll. Go through that real quick. We have the new events button here. So you can see those two. That's the first one. You're gonna have the leaderboard here. And some people have signed up already. So if you wanna follow any of these guys here with their streams for the hardcore race, Can click on those. I got a pass radar PM. Monka. What do you want? Okay. It's my old character from next last season, I believe. Ah, this is my AOZ character, man. I just realized. Yeah. Okay, that's like my non-season hardcore thing. Anyway, we can delete this one. Season 4 cancelled. Yeah, I get a PM from Adam Fletcher, guys. Season 4 cancelled. Sorry, guys. He just told me. Can expect a blog post tomorrow. That's fine. I just had to clarify something with him real quick. All good. So is that. This is my Blizzard store account. I'll delete that one too, I guess. Would have way too many items here. I guess one thing I could do is when I should go on my non-season real quick, actually, and check the stash. I forgot to check the stash there. At least the boss mods. It could be interesting. Don't really need my Barb, man. It feels bad. Barb is the last man standing for my characters. I've never lost a Barb on hardcore in this game. Kind of feels bad to just delete them. Oh well. I guess we'll do it. Let's get these things around. I will grandfather him. I don't think I care about Jorits anymore. It's kind of funny, man. This used to be such a good helm. Especially for double swing with the maximum fury and Mabaladni's synergy. But now the damage by berserking is kind of whatever. Attack speed is literally useless. And yeah, in general, like it's kind of crazy how even an item like this that was so powerful can lost so much value. This was so good. The fury gain doesn't really matter anymore. The Kuna doesn't really matter anymore. It's a bit of damage on the helm. Huh. That's strange. It's a strange new world, guys. Actually, you can't press cancel. Is there a cancel button? You can't actually press cancel. I was trying to go to rotate too. I guess I can do it in Kira shot. Is the Kratos Barb build still good in Season 4? Yeah, I mean, technically pretty much everything is good in the sense that you can get through the game pretty easily. But compared to other Barb builds, it's not really up there. In fact, we actually removed the Walking Arsenal guide from Maxwell for this season. Because Walking Arsenal in general is just like kind of falling off. Unconstrained is usually the way for like every Barb build. And yeah, like playing this Walking Arsenal, Deathblow stuff, it's just not really worth it that much. You play Walking Arsenal for like early game. Like early game, 1 to 50 or something, Barb with Walking Arsenal is superb. But other than that, you just go unconstrained and then you just like spam away your stuff and don't do Walking Arsenal things. Which hour is the patch tomorrow? I'm not sure if the patch downloads exactly when the season starts. Maybe. Otherwise right before, I believe. I did not just wake up. I've been up for a little bit. But I'm like on season start schedule, so yeah, I get up very late. So I will go to sleep actually in like 9 hours or so. What do I enjoy doing other than D4? Well, when I have time, I like to also touch grass sometimes. Or eat cuckoo. Yeah, I don't want to do hardcore. I mean, you can do hardcore practice run, doesn't really matter, I suppose. I'd rather just, you know, play like hardcore and we do like just a test run, you know, I don't know. I wanted to get to like World Tier 3. We can't really do Helltide. So I'm not really sure what I will actually do to try leveling up right now. What do I do? I guess you could farm the season areas that are probably somewhat comparable to Helltides in next season. Without the chest and stuff. Like, I want to farm something where I also have elites, I guess. So the main tunnels doesn't have elites, which is kind of bad. I could farm the PvP zone. So there's that. PvP zone has a lot of elites. So that would be probably comparable to Helltide. And also need to check which dungeons I need to do. There's like a bunch of aspects I guess I want to get from the codex. Although not too many necessarily. Let me see. Like Barrage guide. Where are they? I guess Barrage. Barrage or Penshot. I guess Penshot aspects. Barrage you might get from the season journey anyway. Oh, there's a typo or something that's missing, I thought. There's a Shadow Plunge, but I would assume you're gonna get this on the season journey. The branching volleys. So what I would really care about would be Trick Shot. Where's Trick Shot? I don't remember by heart actually. It's in Bastion of Faith. So this is probably something you want to do if you level Penshot. Now the question is, doing the Bastion of Faith takes a while. Do I actually want to try to go for this? Or do you just ignore any codex powers and just speedrun straight to the World Tier 3? Like World Tier 3 is like roughly 1 hour or so. And doing like a dungeon like this, you can easily spend like, I don't know, 8 minutes on this or so. And you get some XP, but definitely not quite the same. Starting Rogue as always. Well, actually I have not always started a Rogue. Last season I raced on a Barb. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do Rogue this time again. Do temper recipes drop everywhere? I drop mostly from bosses as far as I know. Touching grass is overrated, smoking grass, however. Incinerate, Zork, or Hardcore? Oh boy. Who here's gonna play a Zork, and what are you planning to level with? Bastion of Faith, huh? Das ist hier. What else do I have in the leveling guide, actually? Let me check. I think I made one for Penshot, right? Just Blades onto 50. Barrage onto 50, Penarth onto 50. Ah, right, he wanted to do the Aerostorm stuff. Inferno and Howling Warren. So Inferno is here. Somewhere on the right in Kyrgyzstan. This one? This one. So that's gonna change to like an Aerostorm's aspect. I kind of have hope in the Aerostorm stuff. I think that will be pretty good for leveling. And Howling Warren, isn't that up here? Is it in the... if that is in a stronghold, then this will be a problem. But I'm not sure. I don't know, it's here actually on the left. This one. This has the arrow storms. Marks this have up to a 10% chance to create an arrow storm. I think that's getting buffed actually to a higher chance. I think it's like 25. Yeah, from 10 to 25. That actually makes it much more reliable. And possibly more damage. And it scales with the extra damage there as well. So it buffs itself as well. And here we have the same 25% chance. And this one works only with marksman skills, and this one works with any skill, which is kind of weird. But we are going to be using marksman skills anyway, so we have 2 times 25% chance to trigger it. This could be really useful to get this from the codex. I wonder how this is going to work when you find this as an aspect. So it's going to have like a certain level of perfection. And I guess this is what you're gonna be able to imprint based on the item's power. So I guess you just find a little version of these, and then you can just imprint them higher and higher. Which is gonna be pretty good. When will Druid be top tier? I mean, Druid has been at the top for a long time. Almost as long as Barb, I guess. And I mean, next season they're also gonna be really strong, so gonna be the second. What is dual monitor tools? This is... It makes sure that my cursor doesn't leave my window here to my other screen. Wait, do we have like a bug here? Oh yeah, I see it. Oh, wait, I don't actually see that on my screen. What the fuck happened there? I see now what you mean. Okay. Yeah, that's not supposed to be there. It's like a tool that I use to make my cursor stuck in my window, basically. Or in my screen. Okay, now it's fine. But see, I can't move my cursor out of the screen. Unless I press a button, I can use a hotkey and then I can go to my second screen. So this is what I use it for. I'm not sure what happened there though, sometimes it bugs out. No, it's not supposed to be visible, it just goes here in the tray, you know? There's like this little thing here, I'm not sure why it showed there. It's kind of strange to be honest, because I have monitor capture in OBS, so, you know, you see what's on my screen. So I don't like, you know, like I don't capture individual windows, you know, I don't have Like, you know, I have the option to either, you know, just show Diablo, for example, or the entire screen. And I just showed the entire screen, but on my screen, it wasn't there. So I don't know what the fuck happened there. Also, wait, I see another thing here. For some reason, it's... Alright, Lightspit? Okay, Lightspit is fine. That's correct. Okay, that should be there. I have that open for the timer. So, I could try to do these dungeons and see if they're gonna be worth it. So it's Howling Warren in Scott's Glen. It's Inferno in Kyrgyzstan. And it's Bastion of Faith here. So I guess realistically, I would probably like to do them as early as possible, right? Because we're gonna have like around level 15 or so, we're probably gonna have materials to actually imprint stuff. So I should try. Okay, let's do it. Timer. You're gonna be playing Pen RF. Maybe Barrage. I guess we just start with this one here. Release builds for Season 4 already. Ah, the builds are out. There's like a few last things that we're doing still on the Barb, on Max Roll. But other than that, builds are out. Everything's ready. I've been releasing some videos already. I'm gonna do a few more. Bring out a lot of stuff for Rogues. Some stuff for Druids. What rock build is that, Nida? What are you gonna do? And Ryan, by the way. I feel like there's some hope for Shadow Steppers. Yeah, Shadow Step is gonna be pretty good. I guess you kind of want to just like rush through these dungeons as fast as possible, right? I'd like to shadow step up there. I can't. This is worth it too. I feel powerful. Right, it's crazy to actually play video games again after like a month sitting in the 4-planer. Incredible. I have to get used to that shit. Can you believe it, man? We made it, somehow. We made it through the month of April into May until the season starts. We don't have the short timer on picking this up. Hi, Seki. How's it going? think Shadow Step will be nerfed to the ground mid-season. No. I think there's a decent chance they're gonna remove the victimized double dipping, but it doesn't really equal nerf to the ground. So if they remove all of the double dipping, it's gonna lose roughly 2/3 of its damage, which keeps it as like a pretty solid, at least B tier build, maybe even still A. It's just a pretty powerful build. But I mean, we have to see, like, maybe they nerfed some of the tempers that makes it kind of like, you know, more impractical to play it, or we have to make like some other adjustments to get more cooldown back or whatever. So we'll see. It depends a little bit on the temper changes. It's also a build that kind of like profits quite heavily from tempers, because the Shadow Step cooldown reduction is pretty important. The Shadow Step damage is like really high values compared to other typical damage tempers you can do. We'll see. I guess for now, I'm just gonna blast the Shadow Step and see how it goes. We go to I mean, I can't really test the setup exactly since we don't actually have the aspects. Like the Air Storms exist, but it's like way weaker than they should be. Vengeful actually is not reworked yet, so I can't really properly test this, I guess. Oh, tomorrow we can also spur our horse in town, man. That's gonna be crazy. Can go fast. How many people in here aren't gonna play Necro? Around half, I think. Seems like around half are playing Necro, and the other half is spread between the other classes. My god. I play softcore one time, and the first thing I see in chat is someone selling golden items. What the fuck? Like a boosting site. Is that normal on softcore chat? Yes. Holy. Another reason to stay on hardcore. They punch. Raise the world first pit to 100. ETA 6 months. That seems actually pretty reasonable. 6 months. 6 months is around the time of the expansion. Maybe in the expansion will be possible to do 200, but I don't think before that. Cursed chest. There's a slight chance someone will get pit 200. Not without bugs or exploits, I think. Like, no build that I know has the potential for that. Although, Thorn's Minion Necromancer does have some pretty nasty bugs that may be enough. We'll see, I guess. But yeah, that's the only build that I would consider to maybe have a chance. I mean, if monsters there actually have, like, you know, 500 billion life or whatever, then you need some pretty serious DPS. They said about AOZ 25 cleared a week after that. I'm pretty sure it was quite a lot longer than a week. People were grinding out the glyphs and all that. It took a while to get there. And I mean, the only reason that people actually did it so quickly was because they abused the XP farm in groups. By just like leeching from other people. And they completed the glyph like 10 times faster than you were supposed to. I mean, you didn't need a glyph 200 to get to AOZ 25 with something like Hoda, but you needed probably at least like a 100 plus glyph, I'd say, to have like a reasonable chance. Okay, we had almost 10 minutes and not even done with the second dungeon. Also interestingly, there's prisoner remains that I don't have to click. They're just there. They just were removed as an objective. Look here, all these. Interesting. Anything hit for billions can reach it. Nah, just hitting for a billion will not be enough to beat AOZ. Sorry, to beat like a pit with monsters that have like 500 billion life or so. You only have 10 minutes. Like, it's not that much time. Or maybe 15 minutes. I think they said something about 15. Either way. You know, you have to kill stuff relatively fast. Like typical like speedruns are something in the range of like 2 or 3 minutes. 2 if you're like really fast. 3 minutes is probably more realistic for most builds. So only like 3 times longer and you're at the time limit already. And this 3-minute speedruns usually means that you kill everything almost instantly. So you can't just like stand there and whack away for like a minute at a meat pack or something. Okay, 2 done. And okay, we got the Howling War and got Inferno now. What's the best way to know now without speedrunning? Well, Helltide is the strategy, speedrunning and not. Just go Helltide, basically, it's pretty simple. I mean, there's like some small details that help you out there to min-max it.
This place reeks of rotten flesh. What's this?
How strong is level 15 only? Turns out. You also have to remember you have to do the season quest line until you unlock the thing. So I wonder how long that will take. It's time. Helltides in World Tier 3 to 55. Yeah, that is a pretty bad idea. Like in World Tier 3 and World Tier 4 you don't want to do Helltides for leveling. You have Nightmare Dungeons, you get the 80% bonus in there, that's really effective. And also Helltides are really tough. Like they're fine in World Tier 2, but once you go to World Tier 3 you're gonna get shredded in Helltides when you're underleveled. Nightmare Dungeons are way easier and they have the XP bonus. I mean, maybe if you run around with like a team of 10 people, you can do Helltides, okay. Because you can kind of kill everything together and you have like this massive synergy with monsters spawning all the time. But yeah, I think if you go to like World Tier 3 Helltides at like level 35, you're gonna be in trouble. I don't think people will survive that. I want to compare this to the leveling I did on a PTR actually. We had 30 minutes on level 8. Feels so slow actually. Maybe I'll skip the Codex powers altogether and just hope for some drops. It does take a while to do these dungeons. Since get barrage stuff on the season journey anyway, which I suppose is gonna be pretty early. I'm gonna try to compare this once we're done with a bit of levels. Which main build is better in late game? I think it's like basically either between like the full golem thing or the shadow minions. I think the shadow minions should be better though. I'm using items I get from the season journey. Yeah, I mean, we don't know when we'll get them, that's the thing. Right now I'm doing like 3 codex powers unlock. One of which I cannot actually use right now, because it's not reworked yet. The other one is like only a third of its power, that will be tomorrow. So it's great. It's gonna be a great test run here. But okay. I guess everyone is gonna be weaker compared to tomorrow doing the test runs. Wait, where's the... Yeah, Rogue is still very much based on combo points. But not all the builds are necessarily, but most of the high-end builds generally gravitate towards combo points. Even without Condemnation being so powerful anymore, combo points is just effective. Like, it's good for early game when you don't have resources, and it's good in late game when you need the damage. Kind of just does everything well. Ah, bench is just so much fun though. So something you should do before season start. Well, find a build. Chronix is asking me for some boss mats. What is he trying to do? What do you think of viability of barrage of inner sight? Yeah, it's gonna be a fun Helltide build, that's about it. Like, the problem with inner sight is it just doesn't work in high-end content. You don't fill the inner sight meter at all when monsters are high level. It gives you a penalty basically. So it straight up just doesn't activate. Kind of funny how this guy does like no damage. But it's a level 9 boss, I suppose. It also takes some damage, man. Holy. So we're at 18 minutes now and level 10, man. It's actually really bad. Okay, let me fix that here. I need to give Chronix a few mats real quick. Rapid fire and log in. Okay, let's compare this here. This was 18.5 minutes to level 10. That seems so slow. Like, I want to be like World Tier 3 in like an hour. Maybe 1.5 on hardcore, so depending on how the drops are. Ah, here, season hardcore. Yeah, doing a test leveling run. Bring back Rogue, spin to win. Yeah, God Rogue, man, that would be a cool build, huh?
Halt.
Okay. Do I have living steel? I have 4. There's no stack of living steel anywhere? No. Guess he has to get 1. Nice, we got 1337 gold, guys. Okay, let's compare this here. So I have some leveling runs somewhere from the PTR. Wanna see where we're at. Hi, border, by the way. Found it. So you have a timer there. I took a break. Okay, so here we started directly going Hell Tides. I basically just did Hell Tides until World Tier 3. So when did I enter World Tier 3 at this point? We did a Cathedral of Light. I think I did it very early here though, at level 30. Or something like 31. I did Cathedral of Light, and this was 1.5 hours in actually. Okay, so maybe like my goal would be like somewhere like around 1.5 hours. I don't think I tempered very much, but I found like 1 manual. I think I did actually tempered nothing, if I remember correctly. My gear for the first run of the Cathedral. I mean, this was actually a real long run then. So here we started Cathedral, level 30, almost 31. So how many minutes is this? We started 36. We killed the Council. Almost 8 minutes later. I ripped on the Curator. This was 6 minutes after that. We cleared it 8 minutes later again, so it was like 16 minutes Cathedral, man. Oof. And we got a whole level, man. Wow. So let's see the early game. So here we are. Look at this. 7.5 minutes. Level 10.5, which is further than we are at 18.5 minutes now. So I spent 11 more minutes for the same level. More than twice. 2.5. So maybe I'll just skip Codex powers altogether. Even if it does make me a little bit more powerful. I think it's just gonna be too slow for a race. And I might get lucky with some drops. And also, did I open chests here? Let's see, how many sinners do I have? I think I did open a chest, right? Okay, I did open a chest here, you see that? So I was like almost 10, and then I open it, and I go to... I get like a third of a level, roughly. 3.5 bars. Now, if I open some of the other chests later, let's see the sinner count. Here's another chest I open. Usually you're supposed to open them towards the end of the Hell Tide. So how much do I get for this one here if I open the chest? We are at 10.5 13.5 exactly, and we get, again, 3.5 bars of it. You get roughly a third of a level. Does this stay like this all the time? Where the hell am I? Forsaken Quarry. Ah, this was the, Wait a minute. What am I doing in Bastion of Faith? Ah, this is for the trickshot aspect, I suppose. I actually went and did the Bastion of Faith, and I think I concluded the same thing here. It's the same dungeon I just did for Penshot. And I think I also concluded, just fuck it. The Codex power is relatively weak anyway. It's just nice to spread the Shadow Imbue. That's about it.
Keep moving, traveler. It's a bad time to be in Geakul.
Start imprinting. How much time did I spend in town there? So we're done at 28 minutes, and at 32 minutes is when you ride out again, so we spent like over 3 minutes in town. That's quite long. I should not do that. Yo, fornicator, thank you, man. Appreciate us up. I'm thinking about Barrage Rogue this season. It's gonna feel really good. There's a new aspect for it because it appears, which is cool. Barrage is fun build. There's like multiple builds I can do with it actually. Okay, so let's open another chest here. So I have 200 cinders. Here I open one. So we had exactly at the start of level 23. Boom. And it seems like it kind of like holds up. It's always like around 3.5 bars of XP. So around a third of a level. That was the same at level 10. It's the same now at level 23. So it seems to scale actually really hard. You definitely want to use your cinders only at the end of the L type, basically. Which in this case I did, because it was about to end here. So I open another one. Missing 3.2 bars. So it should be like at half a bar on the next level or so. Actually more, wait, what? This was 4.5 bars. 5 bars almost. Half a level. How come this one was more than the previous one? Okay, let's continue. We do more. We have 300 cinders. Did I die there once or something? No, I opened one. So let's see this one. We are level 29. Missing 2.5 bars. This one was quite little. 36k XP. Well, it was around 3 bars. Almost a third of level. A bit more. Which is fine. Wait, they don't open a chest? I have 300 cinders. Did I open this one? Yes. So at half the level. I opened it. I got an ice in the dark there. That's kind of funny. And I crypted it. It's kind of cool actually. They can get uniques in World War 2 now. That's actually really fun. I'm glad I did that change. Okay, but you see here, like I'm nearly at the end of like my World War 2 journey before I go to World War 3, and I still get like around the third of a level up for just opening one of those chests. It's pretty valuable. And here I do Cathedral. I actually did not use all the cinders, I realized. I just left the hell tide with 200 cinders for no reason. Okay, good to know. Okay, one other thing I want to see is a Blood Maiden. So how much XP is that? Here's the Blood Maiden event. Where do we start it? Here. Put the heart. So we are at level 28 and 0.7. So 1 minute. Oh, there's actually half a level in 1 minute. Now a quarter of a level. And now 3/4 of a level. That's actually pretty valuable. Wait, what? In just 3 minutes. So here we start event 1, 2, 3, and we have 1.5 levels in 3 minutes. That's actually pretty good. Bloodman event seems pretty valuable. Oh, pieces of my art. Thank you. You know if Gauntlet will be there from the start. I think so, yes. They didn't say there wouldn't be. How much time would I leave for chest chasing in a new Helltide if opening all near the end? I don't know, like 2 minutes. You don't need that much time. Depends on like how easily you can clear monsters that are around it. Like you're gonna arrive there and there's gonna be some monsters and you have to clean them up to open it. But I think they also reduced the channeling time to open the Helltide chests now, so it shouldn't be that much of an issue, even if there's like some guys. You just run around, take a few chests, that's it. Depends on how many sinners you have. Maybe like, you know, if you want to make it safe, let's say 1 minute per chest. You have 100 cinders per chest, so if you have like 300, you save like 3 minutes at the end and then open it. I guess realistically, most people will not be ready to go into World Tier 3 by the time the first Helltide ends. Because first you have to do a bit of season journey stuff, or season quest line, and then you go to Helltide, and even then it's like, you know, really high-end speedrunners will maybe do 1 hour. Like the first Helltide and then go Cathedral. But most people do it sometime during the second Helltide, you know. And in that case, you just open the chest at the end, have like a 5-minute break, do your class quest or something else. And then you go to the next Helltide, and then at some point you're going to be like level 35 or level 40. And then you're just going to leave the Helltide and go over to 3. Can still do Helltide World Tier 1, collect sinners, and open that chests on World Tier 4. I think that works, but it's not really recommended because density is much lower on World Tier 1 and World Tier 2 than the other World Tiers. I guess it might be worth it if you're like too weak to go World Tier 4. You can farm them on to World Tier 3 and then switch to World Tier 4. But for this you have to have completed the capstone dungeon. So you have to do at least Elias anyway. And when you can do Elias, you can probably kind of farm World Tier 4 already. Cinders do go away after the Helltide ends, but you can carry them to another World Tier. You can just like change, like while there's still an active Helltide, you can change World Tiers and keep your Cinders. Do we have like a second Blood Maiden event here? I'd like to see. I want to see that again. So we arrive here, I open the thing. 1, 2, 3, we kill a Blood Maiden. Okay, do we do more? I think we do another one. Okay, so let's see this. Ah, wait a minute, I also opened a chest here. So maybe the Blood Maiden event is not really that worth it for XP. But if you have hearts... I think the hearts don't disappear, right? You can actually keep them. So you could actually save them for later in World Tier 4 or so. Just do it at some point when there's people. And there's actually a chest open here as well, so the entire event has like around 1 level in 3 minutes, which is actually not that great. What about this here? Yeah, this was very little. Look, this is like 3 minutes and I got like 2 bars or something. Not even. And here another minute, I guess I opened the chest again. Did I? Yes. Got like 3 bars. And then I left the Hellside. Okay, actually the Blood Maiden event doesn't seem that great. XP wise. You do get some loot though. She does drop on a few legendaries. Also have a tempering manual there, which is nice. And she dies pretty fast here, and looking at low levels. At least for a position compound rogue like this, you can do some pretty nice burst. Hiya Davis. Thank you for 31 months. Did the Crimson Market guys reach out to you? I wrote to them, by the way. What do we do? Capstone? Yeah, around 45 is a good time. It depends a bit on drops. Like, you can have like pretty massively different power levels with your characters depending on your drops, based on the aspects and also based on the temper manuals. Like, if you get like some temper manuals that give you like resists and these kind of things, it's gonna be so much easier to go into the next world tier. Or also like some of the like offensive manuals. There's like, you know, just if you just like temper, I don't know, 30% additive damage on like 4 different pieces or something, you're gonna notice that. A rank of renegade builds. What?
Keep moving.
Get a feeling they're going to be Necro minions everywhere.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, Artemis.
Moving, traveler.
Yeah, maybe they're busy like setting stuff up, but I'll be on top of it. Season 4 is the season of Necromancer. Yeah, I guess a lot of people will start with Necromancers, and then they might make some alts on other classes as well. I guess not everyone really enjoys minions necessarily, for example, or the class in general. I think pure Shadowblight will be. I mean, you're talking about Blight build or so, I guess. It's pretty decent as well. When would you go to World Tier 4? Yeah, World Tier 4 anytime after level 50. Like at level 50 or so, you should have like some of the aspects that you want. You should have some of the temper manuals. And then basically, depending on the feeling, how powerful you are, I would just wait until around 50-ish. Get your resistances up, get your armor up to like 6k plus or so. Maybe a life roll or two. And now go World Tier 4. Let me see like one or two more chests here, or like here's another event. Now we've done this one, right? Okay, and then we prepared for the cathedral. Like, I'll show you something. So here in this cathedral run, this was the first run of the cathedral. I did it twice in this run. And this one was without any temper mods, I think. At level 30. So it's pretty early. But we were able to do it. Although I did die somewhere in the run. And you see these elites do take a while. You don't have to kill that many enemies, at least in part 1 of the dungeon, which is nice. But it was slow. This was actually a 16-minute run for Cathedral, which is pretty long. And if you just level, you can probably get like a level up in like 3 minutes at this point or so. Let me see actually if I just like kill enemies and open chests. And let's go before the Blood Main encounter somewhere here. So let's see how long I need for a level. Let me keep opening chests here. Okay, so 10 minutes. We're in town right now. Okay, 10:45. We got 2 bars. So this was 3 minutes, and we almost get to the level up. It's more like 4 minutes per level just grinding, but we also get cinders. And in 4 minutes, we get how many cinders? Let's see. 224. We actually didn't get many cinders here. Seems like it takes like 10 to 15 minutes to farm one chest. So every 2p levels, I guess you can open one or something. Get like another 3 bars extra XP. So let's say around 10% extra. So yeah, even at level 28 or so, I need like maybe 4 minutes to just farm and level up by killing monsters. Which is not too bad. So it wouldn't hurt to like, you know, instead of level 30, just go to like level 32, 33, maybe get another drop or something, and then go Cathedral. And also it brings you closer to sacred items. You kind of want to have the ability to have sacred items when you go into World Tier 3 as soon as possible. But yeah, ultimately, you should really try to make use of power spikes. If you get a temper manual, something good, you should use it. And then try to go to the next World Tier. Hey Jack, thanks for having us. Am I ready for tomorrow? Absolutely not, man. I have so many more things to do. The transmog out of fashion is still the same. Oh, there's new transmogs all the time. Save cinders or World Tier 3. Yeah, you could do that. I guess if the Helltide lasts long enough. So if I'm like somewhere in the second Helltide and it keeps running for another half hour or something, I guess I could like do the cathedral and then come back and, you know, we have like 10 minutes left or something, open like a few chests. But the problem with that is, then you're gonna be at World Tier 3 and you have to fight level 58 monsters when you're like level 30. Like, it's gonna be super rippy, man. You're gonna have your minus resistances, like, on hardcore, you're not gonna live, I think. I think I'd rather just get all the stuff from the normal difficulty. The thing is, for the aspects, it doesn't matter if I get them sacred or normal. So any legendaries I find, it's gonna be fine. In fact, it will help me more because, you know, if I actually go to World Tier 3 before level 35, I will not be able to use any of those items I'm gonna open from the chest. Because level 35 is the minimum for sacreds. At least here, when I open chests in World Tier 2, I can get items that help me for the cathedral and everything. And also it's much cheaper to craft on these items, or enchant and temper. Like, sacred items cost a lot more than normal items to do anything with. Yeah, best way to do now is mostly Hell Titan in the early game until World Tier 3, and then you go 9 dungeons. Let me see like some of the level ups here in the earlier game. So let's say, okay, we're here level 14. Oh. How long does 13 to 15 take? Let's go with that. So we are at 12:40. 12.5 minutes-ish. Now 1 minute. 2 minutes. We're already in level up. Did we open a chest? Oh, we did open a chest though. How much is that? Half a level? 3.5 bars. But here in this early game, we actually do like almost 2 minutes per level. Just grinding. And we get Sinners on the way. And then here's another, that's like 2.5 minutes per level right now. At level 15, we do the side quest. How long is this? It's actually a bit long. 5 minutes. I guess that's fine. Okay, so how long does this Bastion of Faith take and how much do I get there in XP? That's a good question as well. So we had 16 and 25, 24 minutes in. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 4 minutes to clear the dungeon, which is not too long. And we got 3/4 of a level. And we got our Codex power. This was actually okay. Did I like mostly rush through this? Do like some big booms, I guess. Seems so. How long does it take to run there? I also have to run there, which is something to remember. So it's 23 minutes. It takes me roughly a minute to get there and into the dungeon. So it's actually more like a 5-minute run for 3/4 of a level, which is roughly half the speed of what I could do in Helltide at this point. Maybe a bit less than half the speed, actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip Codex altogether, to be honest. We just rely on drops and Season Journey and hope for the best. Let's go to World Tier 3. So many items here. It's actually kind of funny when you look at this. Like, they reduced the level requirement of sacred items and ancestor items so much now. Like, this is a normal item that has a required level 40. This is 5 levels higher than what you need to equip sacreds. You can even get more than that. You can get like a level 42 or 44 or so level requirement. Here, there's a helm. There's a... This is 45 boots. That's 43 boots. But yeah, here, 44 crossbow. It's kind of funny. I wonder if they didn't say that, but I don't think I've seen level requirement 45 for any normal item. So it might be capped at 44, which is 1 level before previously the sacred items. Minimum. Maybe they capped it at 34 now. So you might be able to actually equip all these items that you get in the cathedral. Yeah, they might reduce the level requirement. Because, like, sacreds also cap out. Do they cap out at 60? Previously? Like 60 was the minimum level for the Torment, for Ancestral items. And I think the maximum level of Sacreds was also 60, or maybe 59. I'm not sure about that, actually. So maybe they lowered the level requirement of these items. I need to pay attention to that tomorrow. If you go into Cathedral of Light and you get like a item power 500 crossbow, like this here, look at that. It's like almost double the damage. Bunch of life and all that. So if you get one of these items, usually you can never wear them because they're like level 40 something required. And at least I tend to do it before level 40. But if they're like actually like level 32 required or something, well, we could go to Cathedral at like that level and get these items immediately once they drop. That big. But the way I know Blizzard, they might not have thought about it, and we have like higher level normal requirements than we do a Sacred, which is kind of funny. Okay, am I doing another Cathedral run? Yeah, so here I did another Cathedral run. I think that I tempered some items, right? Temper complete. I think I did like marksman and crit damage or so. Marksman damage, marksman crit damage, yeah. Just to try and see how that feels when you have like a recipe like this. So that's what I mentioned. If you find some manuals that are good, you can try to put it on there. So here, this is just a magic recipe. This is the World Tier 2 recipe. This can drop from level 1 basically. But if you get something like this, you put it on like 4 items, 5 items, it's a lot of damage. On life you get 47s. Okay, if you can even get like beyond level 45 on normal item requirement, then I guess that's what it is. Yeah, it would be nice to know, like for sure, if the maximum of sacred items is level 60 as a requirement. And then it goes straight, you know, to Ancestral. Yeah, compare the damage now. I'm level 33. This is the second round of the Cathedral, so I tried to do the dungeon again with Tempers. And now look at the damage here, look at the elite. Bam. And also just like find one magic quality temper manual that was actually good for my build. And suddenly we had so much damage and we blasted down everything. See the boss? Yeah, look at the boss. It's like 2 combos, he's down. Opacity. Let's see the curator. Kind of easy mode. I stopped the timer here, unfortunately, but we can time it from the video file. So how long did I take for this second run? So I see it on top right, 2:22.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. F. So it's like around 5 minutes faster than the first run. Like a third faster. And I mean, I did some other like gear improvements and stuff, but mostly it's just a bit of tempering to have more DPS. And 5 minutes is basically a level up at this stage. Just grinding. Definitely don't want to cut it too close, I think, on hardcore. It's crazy the tempering changes aren't public. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it also leaves us with, you know, some stuff to discover again and try out and see like how stuff changed. It's also exciting. That's what about. And it does hit pretty hard. And I actually had a bunch of cold roses there as well, right? And I gotta be careful. Look, I actually had an Ambrose aspect here. Look at the Dark Shroud sticking up, man. Let's go. Yeah, it's usually not a bad idea to have Dark Shrouds for this. I had Cold Imbue on the bar, which is kind of greedy. Since we have to stagger him for that, and we don't really stagger him much. Only like once. We get like a little bit of extra damage, so it's not really worth it. Just go Dark Shroud. We just pop in a Dark Shroud, usually fine. Okay, so what am I doing here? I was doing like 1 round of Whisper so I can get a Nightmare Dungeon sigil. Okay, so we have to do that. Oh wait, it's Voltaire 2. I went back to Voltaire 2. But why? I think I just completed like 1 turn in. How much is that? The turn in. Okay, this is like better than a Helltide chest. It's like half a level. It's like 5 bars. It's pretty good. So if you happen to have like, you know, nearly a Whisper turn in completed after doing all the Helltide, you'd probably want to finish it before you go. I'm trying to raise my tier, kick. And I think then I went to a Voltaire 3 Helltide and it was a disaster. Look at that. Look how they're melting me, man. Like, if you think you can just walk into a Voltaire 3 Helltide at level 35, you're gonna be in trouble. There's just 1 elite there. Nothing special. And I have a Tyrio's Might equipped. I was testing Tyrio's Might here to see if it actually kills stuff in the early game, but it doesn't. See you, Zedavite. Can I join any world events? World boss or Gathering Legion before level 100? Gathering Legion is pretty bad in general, I think. It's not very rewarding. World bosses? Maybe. I mean, I kinda have to get some Scattered Prisons somewhere. So they only drop from world bosses and goblins, right? And I'm not sure how often from goblins. So I guess we'll see if we get Scattered Prisons, but I have to be very, very careful with those. And probably take the world bosses when I can. The main problem I will have is that I'm planning to race for world first, which means I will not find anyone that actually does a world boss with me. And on the other hand, I won't have the damage to just kill them fast. So I don't want to do like a 10-minute world boss fight just to get a Scattered Prison. It's also a bit overkill. What to do when you get to Voltaire 3? You do Nightmare Dungeons, yeah? You do 1 round of Whispers to get the sigil, and then you go Nightmare Dungeons. Nightmare Dungeons are much easier than Helltide, and give you bonus XP. Like, first of all, Nightmare Dungeons start at level 55 monsters, and Helltide starts at level 58. And Helltide just has like so much shit going on, man. Always the elites spawning around you and all that stuff all the time. I mean, Nightmare Dungeons can be packed with elites as well, but it's usually easier to handle. Yo, Rax with a big raid. Hey guys. Holy. How's it going? Nice to see everyone. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing a bit of preparation and level practice and all that right now. I was just discussing strats and when to go next world tiers and these kind of things. So many raiders, yeah. Welcome. Send some love to Rax, guys. Big raid energy. Wait, did I spawn the blood in here in this clip? I think I did, right? Yes, I just spawned it, okay. Yeah, I was doing like some test runs here. This is from the PTR, where I was leveling on the new Helltides. I'm level 35 in Voltaire 3 as a rogue, which is not very convenient. So I was just kind of like revisiting what I've done there and what I could do better. Grandpa Rax. Why is he called Grandpa? Thanks, Richard, by the way. Although so Rogue up peak. Rogues actually are really good at leveling. They're probably going to be the fastest to 100. Even with the power of Mini Necro. I don't think the Mini Necros will be able to catch them, but we'll see. But yeah, you play Barrage or you play Penshot. Barrage, you get stuff from the Season Journey, which is kind of cool. Then Pen F just always works. That's what I'm doing here right now. This is Penarif that you see here, which was the meta build of Season 3, and it's still really good. I did an age poll on Rax's stream. I don't need a poll for that, I can just check my analytics. I can say exactly how old everyone is. How far behind is NATO compared to minions? Yeah, that depends a bit on like what they do with the temper recipes, especially for like the close damage and stuff like that. But it's not really behind, I would say. Like, it does melt everything. I guess you'll see it in like the highest pit levels when it comes to like, you know, monsters with billions and billions of life. Then at some point you're gonna notice like the difference between those builds. But other than that, I would even consider Tornado, at least for myself personally, probably just like better and smoother. It's a more active playstyle, of course. But at least you don't have to deal with like dumb minion AI, which is kind of helpful. And your tornadoes just fly all over the screen and melt everything. So Minion Necro is just the easier, like, you know, safer choice. You can kind of like lay back, get through the game without doing anything. Yo, Boo Boater. Thanks for the 23 months, by the way. Appreciate that. Will the Shadow Boss delete the minions? As far as I heard from like Macro, I think the minions just don't die. So I don't think you have to worry about that. Okay, but you see one thing here. World Tier 3, Blood Maiden, man. She's just fucking wrecks here. It's actually crazy how much stronger she is. This is what I was testing here. Blood Maiden and Helltide going into World Tier 3. A lot of people try or like talk about going into like World Tier 3 Helltide. I think that's a really bad idea. When you're in World Tier 3, you want to go Nightmare Dungeons. Like, you're just gonna die. Unless you have like, you know, capped resists, which you're not gonna have. And, you know, 5k armor or something. Like, there's no way you're gonna live in World Tier 3 Helltide until, you know, closer to level 50. You're just gonna die. I got the seed here. I think I have a second leveling session here. So it's Nightmare Torment. This is also from the PDR. Let's see that one. Helltide's much harder. They are much more packed, and that makes them harder by default. And there's also more stuff going on with like these Hellborn monsters. They're basically like the Bloodseekers, and if you remember those, they were pretty tough. And some stuff like that, basically. World Tier 2 Helltide is really easy, but once you go to World Tier 3, you have like the endgame Helltide that has more density and more stuff. Everything is harder. Monsters start at level 58. And if you're like underleveled by 20 levels, they just destroy you. It's much easier to just do like one round of Whispers, get your sigil, and start doing Nightmare Dungeons. You're probably gonna be faster. And you can work on your glyphs already. There's nothing really to gain in World Tier 3 Helltide anyway. You're only gonna start farming boss materials in World Tier 4 at some point. So there's no reason to just farm World Tier 3 Helltides. What place did I finish the tourney the other day? Technically third, I guess. Third or fourth. I guess it's tied, because two people died in the semifinals. I died in the semifinal against Condis. A lot of people pushing World Tier 3 Helltide. Or people trying to abuse group play. Yeah, I mean, if you do it as a group, if you have like 10 people going together to World Tier 3, you might be fine. And then you do like the group play strat where you just like group up somewhere and you like spawn infinite amount of monsters from the Helltide meter. But yeah, most people will not do that, so... And even then, people will probably just kind of chain die. If there's like monsters spawning over and over, if you don't kill them instantly, people are gonna just die, I think. And then you're not gonna get XP and all that. So here it's actually me trying to get the sigil and then doing a Nightmare Dungeon. Let's see. Here, first dungeon, Zenith. So let's see how much XP we gain. We enter here. This is at 2 hour 15. And let's see, we are at level... Look, you can even see, like a single shot, you can see the health bar, the XP bar. We're like almost 4 bars. I do one shot. You can actually see the bar move. Yeah, I got like a third of a bar from this one pen shot. And here again, look, I got almost a full bar. It's kind of crazy. You see that? I was here, and this one pen shot gave me almost a full bar of XP. Kind of sick. Because before level 50, you need like relatively low XP per level. So I guess it's gonna be like, let's say, like 2 minutes per level up or so. Look, this is a 1 minute jump. It's like over half a level. Yeah, 2 minutes in, we have almost gained a full level, and then another minute is another half level. Okay, this part was a bit slow. Was there an intermission event or something? I had to do some stuff. Okay. Here's another minute, it's like a third of a level, half a level, third of a level. I forgot a stone somewhere. Okay, here, this was actually 3/4 of a level in 1 minute. And then the boss, okay. How likely is it we get sigils at the end? I actually got a sigil as a completion reward. You probably want to finish this even if you don't have glyphs yet. If your boss damage is not like absolutely horrific, then you probably want to kill the boss. Okay, let's see another dungeon. But yeah, this was like 2 minutes per level up or so, it's very effective. Oh, I actually went Fallen Temple right away. Level 45. That's a bit early. Yeah, I guess you want to wait until 50 for this. But let's watch this a little bit. Yo, thanks for what's up. Taki Waki. And we got a redeem here from Marspet. Ah, yeah, yeah. And a raid. Yo, Ziggy. Thank you, man. Another raid. How's it going? Give him a shout out here. Yo, hello, Mortal Kombat fan, by the way. Am I ignoring the season journey? It's usually not a good idea. But you usually want to do the intro, whatever intro quest that is. Which most of the time takes not very long, 5 to 10 minutes, I guess. And then you're gonna start doing Helltide. But yeah, you probably want to work on the season quest line, basically, a little bit to unlock it. And then you can kind of like grind your way through Helltides and get some stuff. So that is probably good. Learning to 100 via Barrage. Yeah, pen shot or Barrage. Or like a swap between them. We'll see exactly how it feels. Oh, I did raid. Wait, what did I do? Oops. Sorry. I'm not sure what I did there. Yeah, it didn't even raid. For raid you have to do slash and not exclamation mark. So all good. How about Material, Farm Rouge, and Boss Killer Necro? Yeah, Diablo 4 doesn't really work that way yet, I'd say. Unless you really want to do a lot of bosses and try to get like, you know, greater affixed uber uniques or so. But if that is not your goal, then you don't farm enough bosses for something like this to be valuable. So I would recommend just like play the character that you want to play, and that's it. I wouldn't really worry too much about these like different efficiencies that certain builds or certain classes have and what this or that type of content. Yeah, Necro is a bit slower than the Rogue. But it's not like that much slower, you know, you can farm Helltide just fine. Why can you see new affixes? I can just go to a default planner and you can create items there. You can see what's on what. It's Heartseeker Generator, Rogue dead if the nerfs double dipping from Victimize. I mean, I've seen like a clip of it, which seems pretty decent, and Darkside seems to have a lot of faith in it. He said it might be even better than Rapid Fire, currently at least, pre-double dip change. If they change the double dip, it's gonna be playable still. You know, it might go from like A tier to B tier. It's not like the end of the world. It's actually funny how little XP you get in this Fallen Temple dungeon, man. This guy's at level 60, level 70 actually. Oh man. Look at that nuke here. Bam. I think I was testing actually. Yeah, I think I was testing like if they one-shot me. Cold resistance 47. Yes. And I think then I went back and I changed it and I tried it again. I was testing damage types and what they do. And I think I actually live for it then here. Look at that. So if I catch Cold Res, even at level 45, I'm able to live this. And it's like the biggest attack in the entire dungeon. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I was doing some limit testing here, basically. And then Elias as well. If you have a bit of Fire Res, a bit of Shadow Res, you're kind of chilling against Elias. So I'll try some stuff there. Actually died there. How long is this fight? Not too long actually. We kill him in a minute, but it's very dangerous. I think I also changed my resistances there and some stuff on the setup. Yeah, but to make this safe, we have to wait until level 50. Level 50 we immediately get a bunch of life, res, armor, damage, like everything basically, right? We probably get like something like 10-15% damage. Like almost 10% life, we get like 9 all res, a bunch of armor. So it's just gonna be like overall tankier and everything. So I guess level 50 is the time to go Votive 4. As soon as we unlock the Paragon boards. It's just like such a power spike. This makes it easy enough. You're gonna sacrifice the Scale Death for more resistances? Yeah, this is a really good tech on Necromancers. Like, the Skeletal Warriors don't really do that much damage anyway. It's mostly the mages and the golem that carry you. So you can easily sacrifice your Skellies and get the res. It's a really good idea. So for Necromancers, it's kind of easy to just like level up. Necromancers are so good at leveling, man. It's kind of crazy how good they are at leveling as well. Just from their raw power. Maybe there's a chance that Necromancer is gonna beat Rogue. It's the way to fast navigate the beast in ice navigators when farming it. Yeah, if you like generally you have to go up. So either up left or up right or something. But it can lead you into some dead ends, I don't know, it's just like a gut feeling thing. I'm not sure what exactly are the rules in this dungeon. Watch out for Oogie and Chronix. I think Oogie mentioned that he's gonna do a solo run this time. Like Oogie in the last seasons, he always started with like a teammate, then at some point a teammate died, and then he finished solo or something like that. But I think he told me that he might wanna go solo this time around, if I don't remember that wrong. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Oogie going solo is cool. So we actually have like a nice race there, at least between two Necros. Oogie is a Necro enjoyer. Chronix is a Necro. Actually, let's see who signed up already. Have it here. So you have a bunch of streamers that already signed up, yeah. There's more. You can just go here to the ladder, and if you like wanna follow along. There's a lot of Necros here. Necro. There's a Druid. That's gonna be interesting. And there's a Barb. Charge, Bash, Condis. Okay. Condis going ham. So we might get some more people that sign up here. I guess I could also like send some messages to some people. There's maybe some of the PoE dudes that don't even know about this event. Can I send some messages? Hello, Carol. I'm hyped, yeah. No stocks yet. I mean, this is just like, you know, people that pre-signed up for the event. It's not, you know, you don't have to do the sign up. It's just like, if you want to put your stream here already so that people can follow the entire journey. We did that basically for people that want to stream it. Druid hoping for the Virtue 3 Tempest Rod drop. Dude, imagine, man. Like, at some point, we put out, like, I would really like to host some, like, you know, class-specific races at some point, you know? Like, you know, only Barbs, only Druids, whatever. Some smaller races, maybe, you know? Not like all the way to like tormented bosses or so, but you know, something like a World Tier 4 race or whatever. Could be fun. And imagine like in those events, like someone just gets like a Tempest Roar at like a level 30 or something. Like, let's go. Straight minions isn't great for AoE at all. Hopefully Necros realize they need a castle skill like Blight or CE. Yeah, early on that's definitely viable. And I guess later they're gonna invest more and more into the minions and just let them murder everything. But I also agree, like the minion AI just does not feel that great. And even if they just kill everything instantly, it's sometimes a bit slow with the AoE clear. No Rax sign. We can put Rax there, I guess. I mean, Rax is playing hardcore, right? Is he going hardcore? Is it still SSF when you randomly play in 12-man open world Helltide? Yeah, I mean, this is not just gonna randomly happen on hardcore, you know? So, there's not enough people for that to happen. But, I mean, okay, you might do that for like, you know, a little bit and then how much do we get out of it? You know? It's just how it is, you know? You have the open world. Can't really change it. I mean, if people like, you know, abuse it in some way, you know, I guess you can play the system, right? And you can try to make that happen and that people will join your instance somehow and then you like run around and, you know, follow them and leech and stuff. But that's very try hard. And I would not expect people to actually really do that. You guys for still fighting bosses together, or are you going full as left for the event? Well, the event, I mean, I didn't like specifically label it as SSF since you can't really police it. But the boss kills have to be done solo. And the idea of the event is also like SSF. So, you know, I put it somewhere in the rules. Like I wrote it here like, yeah, the spirit of the event is SSF. So, you know, we can't really verify this. But I would, you know, like to see people play SSF, and I'll certainly do it. I think Bloodstone should be viable. It will get to the 100 really fast, and then you forget about it really quickly too. Raxat hardcore SSF, well, that's good. So I guess you're gonna see him here too. Anything goes unless people are farming mats for them. Yeah, that's really like the biggest problem that I see is that people might just get mats from other people, right? It doesn't even have to be carried or items or anything. But, you know, the boss mats are going to be pretty relevant. Like, it does take a little while to get those mats. In particular, the Stygian stones are a question mark here, I would say. Like, we don't know how many Stygian stones you're gonna get from the pit. You have to farm 2 stones per boss. So I need 12 stones. I don't know how long this will take. Should message Queen69. I'm not sure if I want to. It's only for the first week for the race, so we're in the event anyway. Yeah, I would imagine that everyone who's like a streamer here on this list right now, they will probably play SSF, you know, even though it's not like a hard requirement. But, you know, I literally wrote it there and so on. And, you know, most of the hardcore classes are SSF guys or nearly SSF guys anyway. So, it's just what it is. Gross Anthony. Ah, that's Fonte Flame, hello. I wonder if we're gonna see a Zork. I don't know if we have all classes actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least one. But we need more people. But yeah, as I said, you know, there's a lot of people that are not streaming as well. So we're probably gonna see some submissions from people that are not streaming and that will just come in with some boss clears and stuff. But at least we have some people to follow along, which is gonna be cool. Imagine the price of SSF mode tomorrow. Let's go. Okay, let's kill a few more monsters, I guess. Norfa's playing the event. No, he's not playing hardcore. I mean, he's gonna be in the pit ladder. We have a second event for the pit. That is gonna be after 1 week. We set a timer up there. I wanted to try this here. Also, we need to salvage.
That looks worn. I can fix it.
Can't wait to win the pit event. Let's go, Symphony. Gonna sleep before the season hits. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a good idea to be up 20 hours by the time the season starts. So yeah, I think I'll go sleep at some point. It's gonna do a bit more like level practice now, and then we'll go off later. I'm gonna like prepare my last things that I need to prepare for season start. We need a countdown. Actually, do we have a countdown? I'm not sure if we have one on Maxwell. I think we used to have one last season. Not sure if that's there now. Guess we could put it on the website somewhere. I forgot to start a timer actually, we were running. Let's run for a second. Best build for rerolling Rogue tomorrow in terms of speed, Rapid Fire, Shadow Step. I mean, no one has really played Shadow Step. So there will probably be some things that we learn once we do. I would say Rapid Fire is a safe bet. And Shadow Step is like a bit of a wild card. Especially like, you know, gearing wise, it's gonna be hard to get there. And Shadow Step needs like pretty decent gear to even really get going compared to other builds. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Shadow Step is expected to be very fast once you have everything and you play it well. Diablo 4 upcoming. Druid Reborn. Starts May 14. Ah, look, there's a countdown. 19.5 hours. Yeah, so my plan is to go to sleep in roughly 6 or 7 hours. And have like a nice 8-hour sleep or so. Get up like 3 hours before the season starts, and then start the stream, I guess. I guess you can also do like a bit of practice runs before the season starts until servers go down. The servers go down at some point, right? Before the season, I think, but should be fine. Those guys are hurting. And I realized I can't pass potion. Because it's PvP zone, it has a potion cooldown. 10 seconds actually. Potion's pretty important for healing in early game. Then never sleep again, WDC. Yep. That's what we're gonna do. Darker the potion. Yeah, upgrading potions actually somewhat noticeable even at this level, right? I'm not sure how much it will cost to upgrade a potion, but I think it's actually cheaper than it used to be. With the herb changes and stuff.
Is someone there?
Let's see, we'll just do this. I guess a good question that I did not answer on the PTR is, did they buff dungeon events across the board, or did they buff dungeon events only in Nightmare dungeons? They gave them like some extra XP and extra spawns or something, and they're really valuable now. But I'm not sure if that's true for normal dungeons, or only for Nightmare. Not that I'm really gonna do many normal dungeons, I suppose. Potion and instance stacks additively. Yeah, they're like 5% and 5% together. Doing Necro to 50 on hardcore and then the game is 100% achievements. Ah, nice. Wait, you only have to get level 50 on hardcore, not 100 or something? And there's no other achievements on hardcore that you still need? We go in the tournament, already check out tempering manuals. No, the patch is not live. Patch is live tomorrow in 19.5 hours. For that, you can't do anything on Eternal. I think my Frozen Orb build is better than Guide or Maxwell. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's better. It's just like different takes. Like, I tend to make my setups more comfy and tankier and these kind of things. And Northar usually does exactly the opposite. He's usually going like more all in basically with his setups. So it's also a bit of like preference basically. There's like a lot of like, you know, preference choices you can make in many builds. And I just have my own style of making builds. Northar has his own style of making builds, and I wouldn't really say that Northar's is, you know, worse or anything. Yeah, like the thing is that I generally just really don't like dying. Like playing hardcore or not, even on softcore, I don't like dying, and I don't want to really make like, you know, full glass cannon builds necessarily. Just detest it. So I always try to like make my setups like consistent enough to know where this just doesn't happen. What's the difference between Mini Necromancer and a Shadow Mini Necromancer? I'm not 100% sure actually. Shadow Mini Necromancer is based around Shadow Blight and the Blighted aspect. And they use like the Shadow Skellies. And I think just Mini Necromancer might be more based on the Golem. And doesn't run Shadow Mages, for example. But they might be running like the I think they run the cooldown reduction Reapers. To get like Army to Death back a lot more. And then mega boost the Golem. So I think this is mostly it. I have a Lamborghini. 2 of them actually. Every year, roughly on like start of April, I get another one. Need to get a different color, so you know, eventually I want to have one color for every day of the week. Yeah, 1 red, 1 yellow so far. If you guys want to contribute, sometimes I set up a donation goal. We get like roughly 0.2% of the way there for the next one. Anything's appreciated. After this race, I'll get a third one. Ah, we could consider. There's actually no boss here. Does it not spawn in World 2? Oh, Gary, by the way. How fast will be reached at 100? My goal for solo self-found hardcore is like around 10 hours. Groups, I don't know, maybe 8. Maybe a bit faster than that even, I don't know. It's gonna be pretty fast. So we spent 9 minutes here to get 3 levels. It doesn't seem that good. I wonder how the seasonal area is. How this compares right now. What time count am I using? This is live split. What time is the most popular Twisting Blades build on Rogue? Everyone is playing range now. Season 3 happened. They buffed the shit out of precision passive. And some other buffs for ranged. And Rogue in general is just like not very popular. Because it's difficult. And not OP like other classes. So the few rogues I play are usually playing ranged right now. And they've also fixed like a lot of bugs that Twisting Blades and Poison Imbuement had. Like it was like way stronger than it was supposed to be. And they fixed that also in Season 3. Sounds not good. Yo, Moxley, thank you, man. Push us up. YouTube quality rocks. Yeah, YouTube has nice quality for sure. Appreciate it. Right, and the dono as well. Thank you, man. Lamborghini fund. Ah, okay, we're getting there, guys. We got another $2 for Lamborghini, guys. The third one. Yo, and a new blaster. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that too. Ah, hi Sakaza, how's it going? Ah, I'm doing fine. Being Heartseeker will do more damage than Shadow Step because of higher attack speed? No. Shadow Step is gonna hit for like a few 100 million, fully optimized, with all the buffs up. And I mean, Heartseeker can potentially do like some pretty consistent, like, I don't know, few million, maybe dozen million damage or so I expect, but yeah, you can spam it and it's easier, but it's not Shadow Step. But we'll see exactly how it will feel. Someone's doing the Malphus thing here. Let's see how much the turn in is for this. This guy's tanky. Yeah, start with Pen Shot and then we might do Barrage. Barrage might be better actually once you get the aspects. It depends a little bit. It's pretty good here.
It is done.
It's a pretty huge turn in. Okay, we spend like around 14 minutes for 5 level ups now. Which is okay actually. Now will be a common points time. Let's pass on the Pen Shot, kinda cool. You can't do blacksmith upgrades. Rouge this season, bad. Nope. Try Shadow Step on hardcore for the event, the 7 Uber bosses. Good luck. We need more participants, let's go. D4 good. I'm quite curious to hear, like, you know, what all the people that actually just return. Like, I hear this like every day from many people, like, man, Woody, I haven't played since season 1. Like, I want to play again now. What do I do?
Who the hell are you?
And it's gonna be quite interesting to see like what all these people think about everything that has happened in the last like 3 seasons or something.
Dead.
I'm returning to. Yeah, it's all of them.
The other rookie. He's so cunning.
Log in, boys. Logging in. Let's go. Ah, shit, I think I need to talk to her first. What's after Elixir of Momentum? You see that? Yeah, there's like 2 drop-only elixirs now, which is one is the Elixir of Momentum that gives you like a stacking movement speed buff when you kill enemies. The other one is the Elixir of Holy Bolts that gives you an Artillery Shrine explosion when you kill an enemy.
It's not just.
But yeah, I would not really count on getting them too much. They're probably gonna be pretty rare. I don't even remember finding them really on the PTR. So maybe I had some, I'm not sure. Not that I really care about using like momentum elixir, because it's gonna be movement speed capped on basically every build in the game anyway, by default. At least late game. If you find like early game, I guess it's kinda nice. Just to like ramp a bit faster. It is a lot of movement speed, but it is inconsequential because everyone has insane movement speed. Once you get tempers and some level, you know, 900 items. It'll be fun. Oh. Wait, I've never seen that. The quest starting right here without even fighting a single monster in this part of the map. That's not a huge one.
Where is it, sister?
No! It's mine! You won't take it from me! Leyrana, I tried to kill myself. Stop this fight from ever happening.
For all the good it did, you were a fighter to the last.
You taught me well.
How to solo speed level tomorrow. World Tier 2 Helltide until 35, and then World Tier 3 9 dungeons until 50, and then World Tier 4 9 dungeons.
You and me.
Plus minus. And we get combo points. And now what? Yeah, it feels kind of weird to try to level this now. And I don't have trickshot aspect. I mean, don't really want to do domain tunnels. So I think there's not really that much to try now anyway. Man, I want to do Helltides and I can't. I don't know what to level. Can just do more rounds for the PvP zone or something. Which is like kind of close to what Helltide does, I guess. What are you prepping for? For tomorrow is like trying to, you know, warm up again. How are you doing, Miss Boo? How did I come up with the name wudijo? I just made it up. At some point I decided I need a new nickname. And I gave it like a certain set of rules. And then hit the keyboard until I had something I liked with that set of rules. It was pretty arbitrary. It was at a time when I was studying Mandarin a little bit, and I was kind of a fan of the Chinese language. And I wanted to have something that sounds a bit Chinese. Without actually necessarily looking up, you know, any like Chinese words or something. I wonder how much you actually want to care about picking up these herbs. I guess in World Tier 2 Helltide, you probably want to pick up herbs as much as you can. Just to get elixirs. You're probably not going to find much of those. It's a 5% XP boost, which is pretty big. You're not going to download the Season 4 patch. You have to wait until tomorrow. Crazy, I was just like one-tapping entire lead with like 2 home points. Even with a pen shot, I just one tap this guy. It's wild. So I heard that on the PTR, people are farming the PvP zone to get temper manuals. They were apparently dropping all the time here. Which is kind of interesting. Because other people reported they got temper manuals a lot from killing bosses, like dungeon bosses and stuff. There was like some theory that like every different boss you kill has like a relatively high chance to get one. So you kill like one Tomb Lord, you kill like one, you know, Blood Bishop, you kill like one, you know, like a bandit boss or whatever. And then you would have like a high chance to get temper manual on each of them. Although I'm not sure if that's actually just like superstition. But there's no bosses here, so I'm not sure why there's drops, or why people reported so many drops in the PvP zone. What am I farming for? I'm not farming for anything, I was just like practicing a bit of early game level right now. Kind of crazy how slow it feels compared to the leveling in next season. Like you're gonna have 50% XP bonus instead of 20, so that's pretty huge. In Roti 2. Plus the health tide is just like super juiced up as well. I'm not even half as fast right now. I was just trying to farm something that also adds elites, so I actually get a feel for like the damage I need. Actually I would like to try and see what happens if I just switch to Barrage now. Without changing anything, without having aspects. Let's try it. So the +1 rank there, which is a bit sad. I get a lot of stuff here. Crit, huh? I don't feel that great. We probably won't have the ME now to like we easily eat for these packs until we get high velocity. We need high velocity so I can do the pierces. If the pierce is gonna feel good, I think. But it doesn't seem bad. Same to max renown and hardcore. Yeah, hardcore is separate renown. You have to do it again there. I should do once in hardcore, once in softcore. I got a lack of health pots, man. Rogue season ring doesn't look that cool. Yeah, I'm also not really a fan of the new rapid firing, but it is pretty powerful. Which is not good news. Because now we have a very powerful thing that you're obliged to use that I don't like. That's a problem. Let's see how the boss does. Slow. I think that's probably not worth. In fact, I don't think I have to hit sustain to actually live. That's about rapid fire. I need to go too close to him to deal damage. Okay, let's pause the timer again. I'm gonna compare the density a little bit to what I was just doing here. Compared to like devoted to Helltide. Let's just watch this again a little bit. I will play Rogue again, yeah. What is Soul Sapphire? They can't seem to create a character in that game mode. Yeah, this game mode does not exist in this game yet. It's actually crazy how many monsters there are, man. Look at that. Just look at this pack, man. And this is World Tier 2 density that actually has lower than normal. Like, there's just like, you know, there's like 8 guys spawning there. There's like 10 guys there, and like another 5 guys spawning there, and suddenly you have like 30 monsters. You do like 1 pop with Shadow Imbuer, boom. Look at the XP bar. Like a full bar, bam. Almost. So it's make-believe. I'm talking about the race or what, Morty? Yeah, I mean, as I wrote in the rules in the race, it's, you know, we would like you to play SSF, but we can't really verify it. Hey Karen, how's it going? We need this emote, what's that? Like a Karen logging in tomorrow? Did you see the event? Sure, we can add that emote. How much do I auto my 1 to 50 build, depending on which aspect I find? I mean, if I find a TB aspect, I would probably do it over 10 RF without anything. But I don't think that there's like enough aspects to really push me in one or the other direction once I have like equal or like nearly equal aspect drops. Like if I find a TB aspect and then like a little bit later I find a barrage aspect, I would probably just roll with barrage all the way. No SSF mode 1 year later, pain. Yeah, it's pain, man. I was thinking about running some smaller races as well again this season, Karn. You have some new technology to set up events for Maxwell with the event pages. So it's like much easier for us to actually like set them up now. D3 has SSF. Yeah, and D3 they did it. It will come to this game at some point, I imagine. I think Helltide group play will be better for leveling. Yeah, Helltide group stuff is really overpowered. Because you see this meter up there, this is like where you spawn enemies and you can kind of like leech off each other's spawns. And you know, you can have like enough people to reach like a critical mass of spawns, and which is like perma spawn stuff, kind of. So this is like what some people try. They just go there with like 12 people, basically occupy the entire zone themselves with like 3 groups, and just stack on top of each other, and you just perma spawn shit. So that, at least that's the theory. You're interested in small races you can actually track properly, not so much in the scuffed SSF thing. Yeah, it's kind of sad, but on the other hand, I just wanted to do like a hardcore race anyway for the season start. And I think it will be fun. You know, even if like some people may not be SSF or something, it's just how it is. Is Necro minion really good now? No, it's not good, it's obscene. Launches in 19 hours. Season 5 SSF, Rage. Yeah, I think maybe Season 6 when the expansion comes. I expect Season 6 is the expansion. And who knows, maybe we're gonna do something there. And I mean, we might get some news about the expansion also next month. So, who knows, maybe even during this season we might be playing the beta already or something. I mean, when are they gonna do the beta? It's either in like 1 or 2 months from now, or then after Season 5 start at some point, but that will be like really close to launch already, basically, because Season 5 is probably the last season before the expansion. Is there a poison temper for weapon? Spawn poison, what do you mean with that? There's like a poison temper for imbuement count temper, so you can put that on ring and amulet, which is kind of good. If you kill one overboss on hardcore event and share it, will you be able to win the rewards? I mean, technically, yeah. If there is no other person in the world that completes more than one of the bosses, then you win, I guess. But I think that is very unlikely. Chance the poison temper for weapons. Yeah, there's like the elemental search aspect, the elemental search tempers that you're talking about, but they're really bad now, probably. They were massively nerfed on the PTR. Looking at an Necro build, no uniques acquired, leveling build and endgame build are identical. That's crazy for that much damage. Yeah, I mean, uniques are not really necessarily like a huge milestone anymore. A lot of uniques kind of lost a lot of power compared to, like, they didn't even lose power, but they kind of lost value compared to legendaries. Legendaries just gain so much that you just stick to them basically all the way, and then you just like upgrade them and make them stronger. Yeah, and like uniques are actually kind of like some mid-tier items in many cases now. Like you can use them for a while if you find them early on, before you actually get your endgame like GG drop and temper it and so on. How do you activate Helldight? Currently it's in Virtue 3 and Virtue 4 only. And it's automatic, it's on a map. And this is like from next season, some footage where I was trying level up practice. And yeah, you see this is already in Virtue 2. They put it in Virtue 1 and 2 now. Look at the density, man. It's crazy how many more monsters there are if you compare this to like Lifestore. Like I just tried a little bit of leveling, you saw that, right? And look at the difference. Look how many monsters there are. And then you click this thing and there's like 20 monsters on the screen. 30 monsters on the screen. And then you do a pop, bam. It's kind of wild how much stuff is spawning now around you. Yeah, early game is the way to level until Virtue 3. Monsters Unite. Legit might die leveling to 35 on hardcore, that's a lot of mobs. Yeah, you gotta be careful with there's like one of these events that drains their life. It's like the same one from Season 2 where you had like this blood siphon. So that exists again, and you have to run out of the circle at some point, because it drains more and more. Which battle pass is worth premium or accelerated? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what is the difference between them, because I actually never bought them. But yeah, accelerated, I mean, if you like play very little, I guess you just get all the stuff much faster. If you know, don't even expect to hit level 100 in the entire season or so, then you might want to get that one. But if you just like regularly play a character to at least 100, then you're usually done with the battle pass. You don't need to accelerate it. We craft potion instance. Yeah, this run here I didn't have any potions, and I mean incense is probably too costly. I'm not sure what are the new costs. Do we have that somewhere in the database? Let me check. I have like a database. Let me see. We do this here. Let's see if I have that in there already. There are glyphs, aspects, items. Seems like we don't have the pots here. I can talk to Spirit and see if we can add pots and some other, like, you know, crafted stuff and so on. Wait, does it have the PDR data actually? If you look at... Oh fuck, what is that aspect called again? That gives you like a refill. That was changed. Berserk Fury. I have it in one of the planners, I can find it. Why is my browser so slow? What the hell? Okay. It's called Voracious Rage now, this one. It used to be different. Let's see if that is actually in here. It is. So this is actually Season 4 data. So I think we should have the data for the pots as well. But yeah. Look like Hectic, yeah. Hectic should... Nah, Hectic was nerfed after PTR. This is not in the files yet. This is the data mine. This is from the patch that we got from the PTR. This is not live yet.
Keep moving, traveler. It's a bad time to be in Geakul.
I have to change the Evan Piercer like a hidden action. They actually did, yes. Ah, true, we need some gems to craft incense. Yeah, I guess I can just check it out. Like, we're gonna craft some elixirs at the start, and we're gonna just see if we have any chance of getting some incenses as well. There might be like some really cheap one that we can get. I think generally they made everything a bit cheaper on the Alchemist. Where's the Alchemist? So here usually you need like all these different flowers and stuff like that, and all these flowers have just become like one material now. What is the cheapest incense? I guess this one, right? But this is 10 Howlermost, 15 Galvine, 5 Beltong. Hey, do these monster parts still exist? I think they don't exist anymore either, right? Monster parts have also been removed, I think. And all the herbs are just bundled herbs. So I guess you just probably need like, I don't know, 20 flowers. Angel Breath. If you need Angel Breath, that's gonna be a problem. You want to catch up to meta, you want to speed run, play fast. That's going for every quest and storyline. No. If you have done the renown at some point in the past, you will have it now, but you should probably double check that. And we also have a speed leveling guide on Maxwell. You can find that in the resource menu. That gives you some tips. You're gonna find boss materials off of relates now? Yes, they can just randomly drop. No item that's legacy can be masterworked. You can throw away all of your gear, basically. Well, unless you want to actually play some Eternal now after the season, I guess you don't want to throw everything, because you actually need to play the game somehow to get new stuff. And in particular for uniques and uber uniques, I guess it's fine to keep them around until you get better versions. Cheapest are the bottom, scroll down. Are they though? Type 1. Not really, this is type 1. Like Chorus of War is... Where's Chorus of War? Doesn't show actually. Why not? What? Where's the Chorus of War? The tier 3 one. It's just not in the list. The fuck? Why? Where did it go? See your side on. I mean, here you have like usually the high level elixirs at the top and the weaker ones at the bottom. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see. So I'm just gonna like probably start directly in Helltide, go around a little bit, and then maybe the first time I need to establish my stuff, I'm gonna go back to town and see if I can craft some elixirs and these kind of things. And maybe some incense. But incense also starts at like a kind of high level. I think they didn't change how incenses work, right? They probably just rebalanced their cost. I don't think they made new incenses, just new elixirs. So what is the lowest level one? It's 45, 50, 60. They're actually very high level anyway. I need to be at least 45 to even use an instance. So that's basically world tier 4, almost. Thanks for the subgift, by the way. Warfrag. Rainbow. Is group still a huge difference when it comes to leveling? Yes. Group has massive advantages still. I'm trying to figure out a build for bosses for Rogue. Do you have any suggestions? Because TB is gutted. Yeah, I mean, TB is not as strong as it used to be, but I wouldn't say that it's like unplayable. The bosses will take a little bit though. Like if you want to do like really fast boss kills of these like tormented bosses, it's not gonna be TB. Yeah? Usually you're gonna do this with like one of the range builds or the shadow step. So counters are first 800. Well, tomorrow, yeah. Well, not just 100. We have a contest for all of the bosses on hardcore. Is the 4 Barb gameplay painfully slow? No. Barb is a very strong class.
Don't be a stranger.
Anything else I need to prepare here? I want to see some more of the Helltide leveling, how that feels, and also the 9 dungeons. I want to see like how is my resistances when I went to World Tier 3. So once I had my character set up, for example, here I had 3.2k armor, which is relatively low. That doesn't really give me a lot of DR against physical. At this point you would like to have 5k plus, if you can. And you can actually hit that. If you roll armor on all the pieces, if you actually have some mats to roll it or get lucky, armor is really valuable. Once you hit like 4 or 5k, it's gonna be pretty chill in World Tier 3. And you can get like 400 per piece or so at this point. Just on a roll. So Aviavix on recipe have the same chance. I think if you're talking about tempering, I think it's the same. If you're talking about enchanting, there are definitely weights. Why it hasn't been gathering Legion and Fractured Peaks in over a week? Good question, I don't know. It's behind the stronghold. In case you're not aware. But I don't know why. Also using Juggernauts. Well, the Juggernaut at this level gives you like a few hundred. I think I actually did have it on the pants or something, I'm not sure. How's my resist here? Bad. 12%, 13%. Let's see that again. So here, 31, 31, 10, 12, 13. Yikes. I mean, we even have 2 sockets. But that's the thing, like even if you go to World Tier 3, you're gonna be like negative res on like 3 of them, and this is gonna be almost 0. Ugh. I guess a good target would be something like 30% plus all res. Entering World Tier 3 and like 4 or 5k armor. I'm not gonna be capped, but it's gonna be like much more comfy at least, and I have 878 life. It's not even 4 digits. Aware of the recent attack speed controversial. What controversial? I can explain how it works in simple terms. You can have up to plus 200% attack speed, split between two 100% caps. The first cap is the so-called gear cap, or cap 1, which is basically all the stats on your gear and some other effects that go into that. And then the second cap is usually kind of special effects, like legendary nodes or legendary aspects and these kind of things. But this is not necessarily true. There are certain things that go into one or the other cap that are pretty unintuitive and it's pretty random. But yeah, generally most builds will go for 100% attack speed from their gear, and then maybe try to go beyond that with something like an accelerating or a rapid aspect or something like that. Speaking of AS, what's the point of having 1.2 attack speed on a focus? Nah, just how the game works. It's effectively, it works the same as a weapon. Like, the way that the game works with dual wield is it adds both items together. Like, two one-handed weapons deal exactly the same damage as one two-handed weapon if you add the numbers together. And then the attack speed is averaged. Like in this case I have 1.2 and 1.2 attacks per second because they're two daggers, but if I have a sword and a dagger it's 1.2 and 1.1, and then it averages it to 1.15. And the same will happen with a focus. The focus is equivalent to a dagger, for example. It just can roll different stats. I thought skills were separate and so were paragon nodes. Now paragon nodes are the same as gear attack speeds. And skill specific attack speed, I think most of them are actually in cap 1. So at least from what I know, Ava has been doing some testing on a PTR and it seems like all these like, you know, marksman attack speed and whatever, I think they're all going to cap 1 as well. Which is kind of interesting because, for example, rapid aspect is in cap 2. But yeah, as I said, it's kind of like a convoluted mess. And I was hoping that they would take the opportunity now with this huge itemization rework to, you know, clean this up a little bit, you know? Why not make like one global, let's say 150% attack speed cap, and everything goes into that cap, and it would be just like very straightforward, and you would know what you get, and you don't have to look up a fucking table every time.
Impressive.
Greetings.
What's that? Okay, let's see. Everybody will be playing Rogue in Season 4. Yes. Exactly. 47% Necro. Macro is eating well this season. Actually, I also did a poll on YouTube. Let's check that one.
Hello.
I wonder if it's gonna be a bit different there. Do you guys want to do a poll here on the stream? Let's do a poll here on the stream, why not? It's actually interesting how low Druid is, considering how powerful it is. Okay, you have 2 minutes for the poll. Let's go. This is only for the Twitch guys, unfortunately. So if you want to vote as well for the YouTube folks, I'm just gonna link the. Wait, does this work? I'll link you this. Otherwise, I have to come to the Twitch. Where'd they go? Too many things open here. I also love Necro, but yes, I love Rogue Enjoyers here, turns out. Look at that. Who would have thought? Rogue second on my stream. Incredible. I wonder how it's on my YouTube. On YouTube, we have a lot of more votes, I guess. I'm trying to see my posts on YouTube. Druid calls Elon, let's go. Content. Post, okay, I found it. Okay, we have 10,000 responses on this one. Here we go. 44% Necro, 18% Sorc, and then only other classes are almost the same here, 14, 12, and 13. Interesting. So it's still also like more rogue than in other polls, I guess. Sorc relatively high. I still need to make my Frozen Orb guide, actually. I haven't made the Frozen Orb build yet. I wanted to make a guide for that. And I still wanted to make like a double swing Barb as well. Maybe Bash, but I didn't actually like record any footage about it. I guess I could make a video anyway from the Fury Craft. Okay, so Necro wins, turns out. Surprise! But only 32% here. Rogue 24, man. Rogue good class apparently, huh? Wow, that's impressive. A lot of Rogue enjoyers. Everyone is banking on an unannounced Rogue build. I mean, there is definitely a bit of possibility there for some Rogue shenanigans still. We'll see. Chat bias for Rogue. Yeah, it's definitely biased. I mean, what do you expect? So... Oh, if Rax is making a leveling guide... I have no idea. Like, I don't know what is his content output and what he's doing exactly, and... Like, I don't really talk about guides very much of Rax these days, since he's not working on the guides with me on Maxwell, for example. Pain. I mean, I have a video about leveling from like 2-3 weeks ago or something, so that might help you. I talk about the strategy and, you know, how it all kind of comes together. Said Hell Tides, that's all. Yeah, I mean, Hell Tides, that's all is kind of like a too simplistic answer, I think. Like, there is definitely like some more detail. Like, you want to talk about Blood Maiden, you want to talk about the events, and so on. So, also like when to go to World Tier 3, when to go to World Tier 4, like there's like stuff that changed this season for sure. And yeah, I made a pretty long video about that. Rex is the CEO. Yeah, but he's not actually involved in like the guides. You know, like he's not on the D4 team or something. You know, he's not rating anything, he's not making any builds. So I don't really have like interaction with him on like the max roll level, basically. I mean, I interact with Rax, of course. I hang out on his stream and whatever. But in terms of like, you know, what kind of guides he's making, I have no idea. So... What exactly is Rax's role? Actually, I don't really know exactly. Well, good luck to you anyway, tomorrow. Yeah, Rob also has a lot of stuff. Yo. Hoodie duty. Cosmetic. Yeah, whatever. Why are people putting in submissions before the race started? Yeah, this is specifically for people that want to stream you know, like, you know, some streamers or whatever, everyone who's playing hardcore and streams the journey, because if you wait until the first boss kill, it's probably pretty close to the end of the race. And, you know, people might want to follow along, you know, see the journey. So we allowed people to sign up with just no score, but the stream link. We put the stream link on the leaderboard. I'm not saying why you want to get your name on there as the first Sorc. Good luck. Yeah, we need some Sorcs. I've not seen a Sorc streamer yet signing up. I ever played a game called Diablo 3. I think this game's rogue character copied the Demon Hunter character from Diablo 3. Oh shit, wait, what? So he's saying this is all copy pasta? This all existed already? This is not original? New class for Diablo 4? And they copied it? Oh man. Now it really got me. I was living under the illusion. Have you ever played Demon Hunter? Maybe. Bring back the monk. Oh man, monk would be pretty badass actually. I would really like a monk. I think monk or crusaders added first. Or mainly death knight. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do something like a death knight. I think this is way too close to like the necromancer space. I could see something like a crusader or a monk. It depends on what the new class in this expansion is going to be. Exactly. Like there needs to be a bit of like, you know, space for a class to unfold. And if you do like something like a Death Knight, that's like way too close to like a Necro. Tempest. Yeah, Tempest sounds really cool actually. So I'm not sure like how well that was actually received in Diablo Immortal, but they have like this new class called Tempest. And the concept of it sounds really fun. Bard when? I guess we're just gonna have this run a little bit here. While I'm reading chat. Playing the Harbinger patch for last epoch. Oh yeah, I wanna try to go for world first there. Like I was really looking forward to the hardcore race for the bosses. And I actually specifically did not sign up for the closed beta test, so I can win prizes. So let's see. Like last time I was excluded from getting a prize when we did the launch race, because I had access to the beta client, even though I didn't really do much there. But this time I don't have time anyway. I guess maybe when is it coming? In like early July, right? I guess I would be out of time to do it, but I want to do like, you know, just a blind race and hope for the best, I guess. I don't really expect myself to like have a lot of time to play last epoch anyway before. We'll do more PvP in the future. It was really fun actually. And actually, I'm seriously considering making a softcore character for PvP this season. Since leveling is so fast, and since you can trade all the items now, like it will be very easy to actually get the gear as well, you know. Just, you know, do it after a few weeks into the season, get all the gear really cheap, easy clap. Give us Shaman. Dude, I would like to play a Shaman, man. I would like to play something like a, you know, a WoW classic two-handed enhancement shaman or some shit. I'll be badass, man. Wind Fury, let's go. Storm Strike. Kapow. Totems. Yeah, I think that the whole idea of totems doesn't really fit well with this game though. Like totems make sense in a game like WoW that's like slow paced, but D4 isn't. Too close to Druid. Yeah, there's definitely overlap there, but I think there is also room for both, depending on like what they do exactly with the shamans. For example, if they don't give Druid any kind of fire spells, then they could definitely make like a fire track on the shaman, for example. And then like a more like melee weapon heavy, you know, like an enhancement shaman kind of thing. So that would be something as well. And I mean, then you can come up with some other stuff and, you know, there you go, basically. Glyphs will be tradable? Nah, glyphs are character bound. Pet would be awesome. Yeah, instead of wolves that just die, you can just like summon ghost wolves as a shaman. Everything's going to cost $1 billion gold in softcore, I feel it already. Not necessarily, only the good items will be very costly. I mean, in general, the trading volume will probably go up a lot in Season 4, just because, you know, now you really want to get those greater affixes, you want to trade those uniques and whatever, right? So I think in general people are going to trade a lot more, and if you find like a really good drop, you're going to hold on to it and sell it. But I think there's also going to be a lot of people that will sell, like, you know, just some random one greater affix item here and there, and I think those, like, you know, one greater affix items probably going to be kind of cheap, you know. It's only like those 2 out of 2, 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3 or something, or like uniques of like, you know, a few really good greater affixes. Those are going to be very expensive. Like the high-end items are always very expensive. But if you go like a little bit below that, like lower your standards a little bit, they're going to be fine. JSP should be hilarious for hardcore. Yeah, I don't want to have anything to do with D2 JSP, honestly. $150 million gold if fully master like a Barb, all slots. It's not too much. 150 million. But yeah, I guess gold might actually be a little bit of a bottleneck if you go like really ham on your masterworking. If you want to try to hit like 3 out of 3 on like a certain stat or something. Greater FX resist area should sell for something. Yeah, that one is definitely going to be expensive. If you get a greater affix, max all res, Tyrael's Might, that's going to be big. If you have a greater affix Tyrael's Might and you masterwork it 3 times, you get 13.5% maximum all res, which is the equivalent of something like 45% damage reduction against elemental damage or something. It's pretty cracked. It's a trade site like PoE, yeah? Yeah, I have a partnership with the Crimson Market. They have a Diablo 4 trading platform. You see their banner there sometimes and so on. And I've been doing like a PC giveaway for them actually, like last Saturday. They're doing like a monthly PC giveaway. They're building like really cool badass PCs for their community, and they have like a VIP member club basically, where you can like kind of buy your way into the PC giveaway. You can also get those VIP points by doing other stuff. You don't have to only buy them. So by participating on their Discord, I think, and some Steam stuff, and some other ways. And yeah, they have like these cool giveaways, and their trading platform that they are actually updating with some really fancy new tech. They're gonna have like some overlay where you can directly list items from the game. You just mouse over it basically, and then press a button, and then you just list it for whatever price you want, and it kind of automatically generates the item on the trade site for you. The really fancy stuff. Yeah. After command, ! trade. Those are the guys. Wanna check it out. Now Ubers you cannot trade, but you can trade everything else. And honestly, I mean, Ubers are not really used in that many builds anymore. Like on most of my rogue builds, I don't actually put in Uber. Maybe if it's not a poison build, I can run a Shaco or so. Okay, that's fine. Sometimes I might want on Doombringer if you want to get a bit on defense. I mean, Grandfather goes on Barb builds, I suppose. Grandfather's still pretty OP. Shaco goes on some Barb builds as well, and so on. But there's like a lot of builds that don't even run Shaco necessarily. Yeah, Star Disguise is also still a good item for sure. Depends on the build a bit though. You maxed out diamond fragments. Yes. Oh, there's actually a piece of feedback I gave them. I'm not sure if they actually changed that. But on the PTR, after some point, you will just max out your fragments. And you would you'd have to go and craft like 50 flawless royal or whatever. And then just throw them on the ground. So they get rid of the fragments. What would be the first Uber unique you craft if you get sparks? As a rogue? I would probably go for the Doombringer. I guess we'll see a little bit like how it feels with the rebalance of the monsters. So Doombringer might be just overkill a bit on the toughness. But it might not be a bad idea for hardcore to have a Doombringer, at least. Otherwise, I'm not sure what else I would craft. Maybe a Shaco. Some builds run Shaco. Let me check, actually. What's going on with my browser, man? It's very slow. Okay, so if you look at our rogue builds here. So basically all the poison builds will not run a Shaco ever. Because they want like 10 ranks of poison beam on the helm. Shadow Step, like all these victimized builds, they also don't want a Shaco because they want a lucky hit chance on the helm. So I mean, technically trying to hit like 100% chance to proc victimize on something like Heartseeker, that's not even possible. But it's also not really required. Like, it's good to have the 100% lucky hit chance and like the 100% victimized proc chance for something like Shadow Step. That's not necessarily required for the others. Okay, Rapid Fire could run a Shaco. We have Undying there, which is not really that important. So maybe on Rapid Fire I would go for a Shaco. You don't really need any of this stuff here. I guess same with Barrage. What about a Vampiric build? What Vampiric? I guess there's a bunch of Sword builds that would run Shaco. Depending on how badly you want a Flame Shit duration. Shaco would be pretty good on some Sword builds, besides Blizzard. And Meteor, I guess, can't use it. So, yeah. Yeah, a lot of the Druid builds can't use a Shaco. Or really any Uber unique. Because all these like Druid builds that actually have Tempest Roar, they usually want to get their other armor pieces for like the, you know, Juggernaut and whatever. Yeah, also here your Storm's Companion, if you play a Companion-based build. So you can't do Shaco. Arvarian might be an idea, so depending on how Arvarian will scale in the higher pit levels, that might be really good on Druid and Sorc. And yeah, Star Disguise or something like Tornado could actually be a thing. More resource cost reduction. You have to give up one of your powers though, which is a bit of a problem. But yeah, anything that spams call skills can probably profit from status. Status Guys is maybe the most universal, uber unique now. That just works for everyone. Status Guys are good for Shred. For Shred, huh? I mean, the problem with Shred is though that you do 3 attacks and only one of them spends resources, right? So you actually have a very high chance of just losing your Status Guys buff. I think this is actually exactly the opposite. And okay, if you like perma spam Shred, you're gonna be fine, but are you doing that all the time? Like enough to not lose the buff? If you have an ult, you can have a really good ring to start pretty much. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Stardust fits into some rogue builds. I generally don't really like it that much in combo point builds. But for like extended fights, it's still usable. But it has only a 3-second timer, so if you have to do like the 3-to-1 combo point rotation all the time, it's quite easy to lose the buff. You know, if you do like 1, 2, 3, and then you have to like dodge an attack or something, or you move to the next pack, you're gonna drop the buff every time. And you don't really stack it that fast either, right? Because you do like, you know, 1, 2, 3, core, 1, 2, 3, core, 1, 2, 3, core, 1, 2, 3, core. And then you have the stacks. And then if you wait 3 seconds somehow, then they fall off again. So, yeah, Stardust Guys on like all these rogue builds doesn't really feel great. But if you play like a non-combo point rogue build, yeah, it's pretty good. But the thing is that not many of those are really competitive on the high end. Because combo points are just really powerful. I did make a build though. This is the updated Death Trap build actually. So I reworked that guide entirely to the Poison Death Trap Barrage build that I played on a PTR. It was really fun. I'm really looking forward to that build. So we got this here. So this is actually a build that eventually transitions into Stardust Skies, and it runs Preparation, Death Trap, Poison. It's a Poison ranged build with Exposure and Death Trap. And then in the late game though, we actually drop the Death Trap stuff. And we do this with the Stardust Skies. So we have enough resource cost reduction to not really worry about running out of resources. And you just mega spam Barrage and Poison. And you don't even need a Death Trap anymore. So that's kind of cool. It's a really fun build. I played it without the Stardust Skies and it was working. But it's like the ultimate version with Stardust Skies. And it just works and it's gonna be cool. I'm really looking forward to that one. I already saw which weapon is associated with which skill. You open the skill menu like this here. And then at least on a Barb you can like press middle mouse button. I don't know, like it gives you the keybind there, so whatever keybind it has, you can assign it. You go Necro, trade for a Druid helm, and go Druid second. That's gonna be a really good strat, but you need to find a Druid that actually sells you the helm, I guess. And I think a lot of people are gonna do exactly that. I want to do that as well. I want to start Rogue and then do Druid second and hopefully get the helm from someone. But the question is there someone who has a leftover helm for me? Because all the Druids also want the helm. So... On Max or build plan, it works exactly the same. You mouse over and then you press the middle mouse button. How do you rate Tyrion's mind in general? Yeah, it's generally not rated very highly. The only thing that makes Tyrion's really good is this masterworking and greater affix on the all res, on the maximum all res. That makes Tyrion's might pretty powerful. So it's gonna be good if you hit that greater affix and then start masterworking it. And otherwise it's kind of like a mediocre choice, I'd say. By week 2, Tempest will be the most sold item. Yeah, I would not be surprised about that. And the Barb living guards are coming. We had some delays there, unfortunately. But they will be ready. Do you have like any other builds now where we would think about any of those uber uniques? So I'm really not sure which one I would craft now. Probably nothing really required for the builds I want to do at the start. I will just like save my spin and sparks, I guess. And then wait for some more drops. The thing is, as long as I don't need any of those uber uniques, I can just save the sparks. And, you know, farm more of the bosses, and eventually I might find a Shaco, I might find a Stardust, and then we'll see whatever else is left. I might, you know, I might have to craft a Grandfather, for example, because maybe I don't kill any bosses as a Barb. So you just craft a Grandfather there and be done with it. Or something like that, when I make a Barb. Although it's good to start from stopping from Firewall to Frozen Orb. Frozen Orb is alright leveling up, but I guess it really pops off once you get the Amulet. Yeah. When you get the Amulet, it's a safe choice. You can play Frozen Orb if you really want, but it's not like better than Firewall, I think, for leveling. Never did Tornado, might do it this season. Yeah, Tornado's fun. I'm looking forward to playing some Tornado. Okay guys, I have some more work to do, so I'm about to go. So I'm gonna throw you off with a raid to someone. But before that, we're gonna do a shout out to our sponsors, Displayed. They have been with us for a while. I have the link there. Let me show you guys. Those are those metal posters that you see here on the wall in the background. These are real, it's not just some CGI background. You guys have certainly seen those. And, well, they're partnered with us. And they have also some sales running right now. So I want to show that off real quick. So if you're looking, for example, for those posters, they're here in this collection. There's like my profile, and you can see it here, for example, the Diablo things. And there's like some more stuff that we put together with Nini. And they have like thousands of designs, so you can check that here in the Browse Posters collection. They have, yeah, basically all kinds of topics: gaming, sport, culture, movies, yeah, cars, space. There's like, you know, literally thousands of different designs that you can go check it out. And if you use that link, you can get a little discount. And also, they have the new button there, the Textra displays, they're called, which have a like a 3D texture layer, which is really cool. So I can show that off here. Unfortunately, not in person, but they are starting to produce these as well, and you can actually like touch them and feel them. Like these boxes sometimes. Like, for example, I remember when I bought the World of Warcraft physical box. They had like these textures, which wasn't metal, but you get the idea, I guess. It's kind of cool. So it has like nice reflections, and you can touch it. You bought Japanese Fox masks from them. Yeah, I can show them actually. I have it here. I'll show them in a second. So I want to show off the website first. The background is real, Woody is CGI. Exactly. So here, this is one of the Textra displays. I can probably see it from the reflection. Yeah, I really like the preview. You see that? Looks really cool in the preview even. But yeah, it's a bit hard to show, but here, you see that? The previews are really nice because they're like very dynamic. So you can see that how it looks in different rooms, and they're very 3D here and stuff like that. And let me show you like a close-up of this. So we do that. Here. This is what it looks like. You just take it off. It's magnetic. You don't need any tools. So this is just a metal poster. And here's the magnet. 2 of them actually. So you can just stick this on the wall without anything, and then you can always like put them back again. There you go. You can sort them out if you have more of them. For example, here. I didn't open this one here, but that's how they come. Because we want to put them into our new apartment when we move again. There's a box master he mentioned. And here's just like the magnet strip basically. You just pull this off. It has like a sticky layer. And this one is like the leaf. This goes on the wall. You pull this off, pull it on the wall, and then the magnet on top, and that's it. So that's like the medium size. This is like the large size. And there's also the quadruple size, which is like 4 of the medium ones together. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. I really like them. And yeah, they're easy to put on the wall, they're easy to remove. Cool stuff. So Displate, guys, check them out. Exclamation mark Displate. They have some of the designs. That's a nice company. That's cool. Yeah, they have like a lot of artwork from like many people that I'm not sure exactly how it works, like, you know, if you are an artist. But yeah, there's so much on this website, so if you just browse this, you know, there's like lots of cool stuff. Where's the other? I have another one here as well. Yeah, another fox mask, guys. Okay. Yeah, Nini is ready. For some reason my browser is dying right now, so I'm gonna close that actually. But you saw it. Okay. Haircut stream when? Yeah, maybe I'll... probably not before season start, but maybe soon I'm gonna have a cut at some point. Yo, thanks for the sub, by the way. GT... What was that? GT Dragon? Thank you, man. You saw the Rising video, the game has so much content potential. Fresh PvP server speedrun with 4 others sounds so cool. It does, actually. I mean, if I had like, you know, 500 hours to sync Synchronomy Rising right now, that would be kind of cool, but it came out right before the season now and all that, so I didn't have time to do that much more now, unfortunately. But maybe I'll go back to it, you know, I mean, there's a bit more chill ARPG schedule. Re-Rising is fun, for sure. Yeah, in case you didn't see that the other day, I played Re-Rising with some of my friends. It's a survival vampire game. It was really cool. It can go up to 4 players. I made a video about that on YouTube. Oh, press forward, by the way. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the stream, guys. I'll be back tomorrow for the season launch. Be there. So I'm probably starting my stream in something like 14 hours, 15 hours or so, I think. So I'll see you then. I'm gonna make the macro. Let's go. Have a good night.